All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest. I always say special guest, pero tú sabes, this one is special. All right, this person, she's been killing it all over social media, especially here in New York City. She brings it like a different vibe, a different sazon, and she's representing Puerto Rico. You already know. So, I want you guys to get to know Jasmine Ruiz.
What a nice, grandiose entrance. Thank you.
Tú sabes, I gotta do it like that. You've been like, I love what you've been doing. Right?
Thank you.
Your social media, killing it. We met at the Dominican Parade.
We did. We go way back.
It's
been a couple months.
A couple of months. Yo, I love that you're extremely smart. I noticed that you've been posting a lot. Also, you know, you left your corporate job to do content creation full time.
Yeah.
How's that? Like, how's that I feel like a lot of people that transition from like going for a corporate job, the first couple of days you're like, yo, hell yeah, I could do this. You wake up early, you be putting on your shoes, you dress up. Yeah, but I'm not going nowhere. You won't quedar en la casa. So how's the transition been for you?
So when I quit, I took a 1 week vacation to DR. I was like, when I quit my corporate job, I quit everything.
Okay.
Literally, like I had left my relationship on a Monday. I quit my job on a Friday, and I was in DR on a Saturday.
No.
Literally. So within the matter of like 7 days, I had like a literal brand new life. So the transition, I mean, I was ready to not be working corporate anymore. So I felt the transition went pretty good.
Yeah, but what was it that you were like, yo, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5 right now?
You know, I was in a position where you either had to like move up or out. And so they had offered me this opportunity to go to South Korea on a work trip with the company. Because, you know, I'm good at my job. And at first I was excited about it. Like, oh, I get to go to South Korea.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to stay an extra few days. And then I started to like kind of dread the idea of like having to go over there and do this job that I don't really, you know, feel passionate about. And I felt bad like accepting, knowing I didn't even want to do it. And then I just knew, like my heart and my gut were like, you cannot do it. Like I foresaw myself going over there and just like fucking everything up.
Why? Why you say that?
You know,
because anybody would be like, yo, we're gonna go to another country. You're gonna work out another country, especially I've been to South Korea.
They're really long work days. When you go on these work trips, like you get up early, you're in vendor meetings all day, you're negotiating the price of a zipper, you know, you're trying to consolidate fabrics, and then you have vendor dinners. It's just like nonstop work all day that you're on. And at the time, I was in an area where we had like just a lot of products. I was doing product development. I was forgetting like some of the styles, you know, like my mind was somewhere else. My heart was somewhere else. So I feel like I would not have been able to do as good of a job. Granted, my not as good of a job is probably way better than people's best job.
Okay.
But I just feel like I would not have been able to put my best foot forward over there.
Yeah.
And so, but I like my team. I like my people I worked with.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like fuck them over or anything like that. So I kind of just let them know like, hey, I'm going to be leaving. I don't want to say yes to this trip.
At the same time, to be like, oh, I'm gonna quit my job. What was like that?
Well, I gave her 3 months notice. I was like, I'm not ready to quit right now. Let's not get twisted.
You gave him a 3-month notice?
Because I had to say yes to this travel. Otherwise, I would have just waited. But then I would have screwed them over if I gave them like a 2-week notice. They would have been like, bitch, we supposed to go to Korea in a month. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
I give them the 2 weeks. Matter of fact, we shouldn't even give like any 2 weeks notice. You know why? Because when it comes to firing you, they tell you the day up.
Right, they don't give you 2 weeks notice.
They don't give a fuck. Why we gotta give them a 2-week notice? But when it comes to firing you, they were like, you know what? You're fired.
You're fired.
They don't give you 2 weeks notice.
Your last day is today.
The last day is today. Like, pick up all your shit.
And you better hope you get severance.
Bruh, yes. Yeah, pero encima de eso, tú estás ahí collecting. You're right then and there. You gotta leave the fucking building.
You know what's crazy? I used to pray to get severance. We used to have layoffs like at least twice a year. And I used to be like, oh my God, I hope I get laid off. All I wanted to do was get laid off. I just wanted to get laid off so I could have severance for a couple months of just, you know, doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And it never fucking happened.
Yeah, me too.
I watch people get laid off. One time I told my boss, I'm like, can I switch? Like, can I be the one that, like, can I switch with this person? And she was like, no. And I was like, fuck.
That happened to me too. I was like, when they were like doing the massive layoffs, you know, like they were like doing like half the workforce is gonna get laid off, but you get 6 months severance. You hit same mix.
I was like, bitch, I could get a new job next month and then I get 2 salaries for 6 months.
Yes. But it's crazy because I feel like And then nowadays the job market, well, they say the job market's not that good.
It's not that good.
It's not that good. So it's like, I'm pretty sure like a lot of people, even nowadays, people are afraid of even leaving the job or even being fired because a lot of them are like, ¿qué vamos a hacer después de esto?
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm
true.
saying? And for you to be like, yo, I'm gonna leave my job, that's crazy.
Well, I was working a part-time job while I had this full-time job for 5 or 6 months before I quit my full-time job. So then I just had the part-time job. So I felt good because I at least had something coming in.
Yeah.
And then because I was working, 2 jobs for like 6 months, I had a nice little bag saved up.
Gotcha.
So if you're trying to do that, save up a nice little bag. I saved up like $14,000. And then I was like,
but vamos, let's take a trip. Vamos, ¿dónde vamos? 14,000.
Right? No, well, I don't got the $14,000 now. I spent it. That's another thing.
You're in New York.
Then I got laid off from the part-time job. So then I was really, really like no job.
Oh, so you left one job.
I left one job. I had the part-time job. Then I got laid off from the part-time job. And
What was the part-time job?
Doing marketing and building a brand for it was a shop. They had like a lot of different they had rugs, they had different things, but they didn't have like a brand. It kind of operated as like a white label.
So you set up the brand for them and
so I created them the brand.
And they were like, we don't need you no more.
No, it was some drama, not even worth mentioning. But literally not worth mentioning. But when I got laid off from that, then I was like, fuck, I really have nothing. Now I just gotta hustle my own shit.
So and now you're working for yourself. You're full time.
Second year in.
Full-time content creator.
Yes.
How's it going for you?
It's going good. It's going good. Between content and acting, I hit my 6 figures.
Woo.
Like halfway into the year.
What?
Yeah. So I was very excited, ahead of schedule. But then it kind of dried out for like 4 months.
But
that's part of just self-employment and hustle life.
What advice? Let's say somebody wants to like quit their job and be a full-time content creator and they're watching right now. What would you tell them?
I would say save a lot of money because sometimes like you might have 1 month where you get $30,000. And then your shit gonna be dry for 3 months.
Yeah.
So you can't even spend the $30,000 that you get. So I would say just save up a good security blanket because, luckily I have no debt because I've been able to save up a security blanket. So think smart before you go ahead and quit your job.
One thing I noticed is that you've done a couple of things, you've also been talking about politics on your social media.
Yeah, I've been talking about politics for years.
For real?
I'm just
aren't you like is there something that's like you're a little afraid? Coño, because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be talking about this, but you walk outside, you're like, mierda, how can you not talk about this shit that's in your face?
I very much get afraid to talk about politics. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx. I just got so much shit to say, and no one's gonna tell me to shut up. I'm sorry. I just gotta talk my shit.
That's one thing I noticed about you. You have no filter. You say exactly what you feel.
I say exactly what's on my mind.
I love that though.
Yeah. No, I think more people need to do that. A lot of people they beat around the bush or they pussyfoot or sugarcoat shit, and there's an appropriate way to say like 95% of things that you want to say. There's some things that there's no nice way to put it, but for the most part, I feel like if you're a good communicator, you should be able to say whatever you need to say in a way that people should be able to receive it.
But I noticed that you're like straightforward, but you're not offensive.
That's subjective. I have been told many times that I'm offensive.
Yeah.
And the straightforward thing, like a lot of people see that as like aggression and like, oh, she's such an aggressive person, or she's in her masculine energy or whatever. And I'm like, that's cool. I am aggressive and direct.
Do you think that has anything to do with the corporate job that you were? Because were you a supervisor?
I did have a team at some point. I had to work my way up there to get a team. But my team was like 2 people, so it was a small team. I would say generally, like I did okay in corporate America, but I don't think my personality is very well suited for workplaces where hierarchy is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to be able to talk to my team as if we're all on the same page and like actually working together. Because if it's a place where like you got to kiss your boss's ass, no, it ain't never gonna happen over here.
Do you have a team right now?
I have a manager. I have an agent. So, I guess that's my team. But all my friends that help me make content, they my team.
Because I remember we were walking away from somebody. You went to a show. We did Mori Soñando with Sasha, whatever. And it was like for the New York Comedy Fest. And we had a great time. And then afterwards, we went out drinking and whatnot. And then after, I was like, yo, let me give you a ride, right? And then when we went for our ride, there was a friend of ours, right? That was like, you know, she was like walking the same direction we were walking.
Oh, that was, yes. I'm dead.
And then her and I are trying to leave because we're trying to go home, right? She's trying to go to her place. I'm trying to go to my place, right? We're in our 30s. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, we tired.
We tired.
At this point, it's like 11 something.
Yeah,
we are tired. Maybe it's 12. I don't know.
Oh,
it was
no,
late.
It's late, and they trying to get pizza, you know.
Right. I was like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go. My bed is calling me.
And then we're walking away. She's walking with us.
Yeah, so I thought we were saying goodbye, and that she was gonna get her car was right. We were in front of her car.
We were in front of her car.
But then she's walking away from her car, and
she's
I'm like,
walking with us, and they're totally like, "What are you doing?"
And I'm trying to yell at our other friend, like, "Let's go," because she kept talking.
Black Rose.
Oh my god, it was so funny, so funny. But yes, that was.
And she's like, "Where are you going?" We're like, and then you turned around and looked at her. You're like, "We're trying to get away from you.
We're trying to get away from you. We're trying to go home." And she was like, "Bitch, I don't care about talking to you. I want to get some pizza."
The pizza's that way. I'm like, "Oh."
You know what though? I really liked her answering that energy back.
Yeah,
Bitch, I don't give a fuck about this conversation. I'm hungry, and I'm like, okay, and I'm tired.
She's like, "I'm trying to get them to move." That's what it was. I'm like,
really
"We're trying to leave you."
Yeah. And get Rose over here.
And then after that night, we went and we dropped off Rose, and we're like, we gotta wait for Rose to go into her apartment or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting outside, and there's a dude smoking cigarettes.
Harassed this poor man.
I feel bad, and I was like, you know what? I gotta make sure you go in there, you know, safely. But there's this dude outside, and I'm like, and I rolled down my window. I'm like, I want to make sure you go in there safe, you know. And she's like, it's okay. I know this guy. And I was like. Let me look at him. Let me make sure he doesn't look like a perv.
Are you a pervert?
Are you a pervert?
He was like, what the fuck?
He's like, what the hell? And then we drive off.
Yeah.
We drive off. We hit the semáforo. And I'm thinking like, yo, should I turn all the way around the block, go back? And like, I changed my mind. You kind of do look like a perv. And I tell you this, and I'm expecting you to be like, tú sabes que, nah, don't do that. You're like, matter of fact, there's nobody behind us. You can reverse. I'm like, yo, this girl's crazier than I am.
I'm fun.
I'm fun.
I like a little fun, spontaneous, dumbass moment like that. Like,
for
truly,
real.
I do.
So I hit reverse.
Yeah. And we bothered him again. And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
And I rolled down. I went back and I looked at the dude. I was like, I kind of changed my mind. You kind of do look like a perv. And he got pissed.
He looked upset. She said that later on, that she was like, yo, that's Gadiel. You know that, right? He was like, oh, okay.
But when we did that shit, I was like, yo, I'll fuck with Jazz.
Thank you. I'm cool. I got my cool points, my brownie points.
I love it. Because a lot of people be like, nah, tú sabes que. No, but we got to have a little bit of fun. A little fun, you know what I'm saying? So I also noticed that on your social media, you put yourself as the cycle breaker.
Yes.
Why is that?
So I'm the first in my family to do a lot of different things, and in my immediate family. So I'm the first to graduate high school, first to graduate college, first to enter corporate America, first to leave corporate America. And I think that's just like a very solid piece of who I am as a person, and being, I guess, just different and trying to always like pave my own way. So and I think that's really important. I think a lot of people are born into cycles, right? Everyone's kind of born into a cycle that kind of repeats. And I think it's up to you to decide, what do you want to keep going and what do you want to change so that you could live like a more purposeful life that you actually envision and see for yourself, rather than just get caught up in what is. I'm very much about living a very purposeful life.
And what would you say is your purpose?
I think my purpose, oh God, it's gonna sound so corny, but truly just to spread joy and light. I think that's free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of grew up. I mean, I grew up in the Bronx in the projects, you know, and no matter what, we always found a way to laugh and like have a good time. It didn't matter if you had a lot of money, didn't have a lot of money. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone is funny. If you want to get funny, you go to the hood.
That's true.
Go hang out with people in the hood. Everyone's funny.
Yeah.
Everyone has a sense of humor. It's just like a way to like really connect with people and experience joy no matter what you're going through. And it kind of makes everything easier, makes life easier. And I just think joy is medicinal. So I feel like that's my purpose. And I guess in a larger sense, I would like to, I guess, inspire other people to like break their own cycles that they may have been born into that they don't really agree with. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I think sometimes I think we're born into things that we're like, we're given a script, right? And we're like, and whatever our family, the ideology our family believes in is what we accept. But I think also we're millennials. I think we come from a different generation. We live like a completely different life that we're able to question a lot of things.
Yeah.
We also lived a life without cell phones, where we had that freedom.
Yeah, and we saw the transition from like that to
what it is today,
right? And I love how you said about like questioning things and like the scripts, because I feel like I have a very revolutionary soul and spirit. And it's the reason why like I can get on the internet and talk politics and, you know, say whatever the fuck is on my mind, because it's like, who's going to press me? Then
Nobody.
Press me. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just, I think that is what a revolutionary spirit is. And you know, it's just, I don't know how people could like see injustice and not say something. Like personally, I'm like, I gotta talk about it. But I think in questioning things, that in being a cycle breaker, when you question everything that maybe you have ever been taught, and, you know, you're making your decision of reparenting yourself and figuring out, you know, what is it that I want to keep from my upbringing? What is it that I don't agree with? It very much can make you like the black sheep of the family. And I feel like that, you know, getting an education and growing as much as I have, I think really caused the rifts in my family, at least. I don't know if other people experience this. I would say they probably do, because now like you're the different one. Now you're the one that has different ideas. You're the one that has so many questions. And one thing about my family is they hate questions. They hate questions. It's like, why do you always have a question? And I'm like, because I've been literally trained to be a critical thinker. And
when do you think things changed that you started questioning everything in your family?
Well, growing up, I always had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
My mom would always tell me, like, get out of grown people's business.
Yeah.
You know, mind your business.
But that's also what's normal, like a Latino family. Like,
it is.
you know, the kid. Even when I see kids today butting into conversation, I'm like, why the fuck are you butting into
it? Right.
Shut up.
And I get that, and I agree. But, like, I get it. There's a place, and kids, you know, whatever, should mind their business.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like sometimes my questions were really valid, and they kind of made her feel vulnerable and seen and probably a little ashamed of some things. And my mom wasn't really fucking with that. So it kind of just got worse as I got older and went to college. And then, you know.
Do you think education has something to do with it? Because you start learning shit, you're like, oh, then you go back to your family. And then you start realizing, like, I think you start realizing, like, man, a lot of my friends are stupid. And family, goddamn.
You know, okay, so my mom, right? My mom has told me I'm a snob since I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
Which is like, how are you a 5-year-old snob? I don't fucking know. Okay. Everything I learned, bitch, you taught me.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know? but maybe there was like,
Yeah.
I just feel like I was a very aware child. And I feel like I watched people do dumb shit my whole life. So I would agree, maybe there was a little piece of me as a kid that I was kind of side-eyeing people. Like, why are you so fucking stupid?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I feel like in college, like one of the things I really walked away from, shout out to my English teacher, was claim evidence analysis. Like you make a claim, you have a statement, you have an opinion, you cite your evidence, and then you analyze it, right? And that's just the basic format of every single paragraph and every paper you will ever write. And so I brought that home, and it just did not go over well with my family because
I know damn well you did not trying to tell that shit to your family, to your mom.
I was chewing people up in every conversation, like any thought, like, and my mom is pretty old school, so like she slut shames a lot, and I was chewing her up in the slut shaming. Okay, but where'd you get that idea from? Like, why is it not okay for her to just go be a hoe? Well, whoever we were talking about.
Oh, so you were one of those.
I'm one of those.
You one of those. So, you're like, what do you mean by that? You're the one. Right, what do you mean by that?
I know, what do you mean by that person?
Yes.
What do you mean by that? Let's dig deeper into what that means.
Oh, I hate people like that.
What you're saying.
Like, what do you mean by that? Oh, they put you on the spot.
Yes. And she didn't know how to ever define what she meant by that.
Then she got mad.
The words.
I batu.
So then I was always the one that was like, oh, you're always disagreeing with me just on purpose. You don't want to agree with me. It's like,
sounds like me and my mom.
I don't want to agree with you. Like, I genuinely just don't fucking agree with
you at all.
Ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but when somebody doesn't have the answer, they get offended. You notice that?
They get
and defensive. That ahí va tú. My mom was like that. Right. I remember like I was sick. Like 2 weeks ago I was sick and I was like, Mom, I'm sick. She was like, toma esta pastilla. Drink esta pastilla. And I'm like, ¿qué es esta pastilla? Esta pastilla es para la gripe. I'm like, okay, esta pastilla es para la gripe. Entonces, te va a tomar la pastilla. Dije, pero ¿de qué es la pastilla? Right. No te dije yo a ti que esta pastilla es para la gripe.
Like, just shut up and take it. Stop asking questions.
And I'm like, I understand that you're telling me que esto es para la gripe. Right. But what the fuck does it do?
Give me the scientific information.
Dije, ahí va tú, siempre haciéndome pregunta. I'm like, bitch, if you don't know, don't fucking offer me anything. And he was like, and I told, I was like, yo, Mom, you don't gotta be condescending. If you don't know something, just say that you don't know. But like, I think also they reach that age. They're like, and I understand they reach that age that they're like, if they don't know something, they take offense to it. So like, their insecurity,
there's shame about not knowing, and it is, and especially me, I'm like the baby of the family. And nobody wants to learn from me. But no offense, no shade. I'm the smartest bitch up in here, you know? And I be trying to like, you know, and I'm just so, and I annoy myself. I'm very preachy. I'm very preachy. Oh God, it's annoying. It's like literally one of the things I actually don't like about myself. I just be preaching. I don't know how to deliver a message without sounding preachy. So I get it why they're like, girl, shut up. Like, I totally get it. But I'm like, can you just like be open to learning? Also, can you learn from me a little bit? It's okay.
I also noticed like when you were posting, you had an interview with Zoran Mondani. Now he's the mayor. Now he's like, you had a little like.
Well, January he's the mayor, but yeah.
January's the mayor. Like you know, how was that like?
That was cool. It was like a step and repeat. So I just went up there, asked my 2 questions, and then I bounced. And it was like all the creators.
They were quick. They were like so.
Yeah, it was really quick. It's not like we got to Kiki, but it was cool. I was happy that I got a chance to talk to him.
What do you feel about him? What do you think?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I want to bring integrity back to politics. You know.
Do you think he has the integrity or what?
I think he has good integrity. I think that Kathy Hochul got to go. And we need to get this bitch out of office. And we need to vote her out. And we need to have a governor that's going to support his policies. Because a lot of his policies, they need backing. They need backing in order to pass. And I think Kathy Hochul just turning around saying, like, the more you push me to do something, the less I'm going to want to do it. Bitch, you work for us.
See, I don't know who Kathy Hochul is.
She's the governor.
Oh, word?
And everyone was like, you know, yelling about how she is not going to back Zoran's bus thing, or like she doesn't want to raise the taxes on the rich. So everyone was like, raise the taxes. And she's like, literally said it in this whatever fucking outside rally.
No, she's not going to go against the donors. She was like,
the more you push me to do something, the less I'm going to do it.
She said that?
I'm like, bitch, you work in government. You are supposed to represent the people.
That we voted you.
You're supposed to carry out the will of the people.
Gotcha.
Fuck you. So I'm like, we need to vote this bitch up out of here.
Because at first I was like with Zoran, I was like, I don't know. Like there's a lot of things that he said that I was like, I don't know. The whole like freezing the rents and the free buses. And I was like, I don't know. I was on the fence. But well, you know, the way when he got me, he was like, well, I'm gonna legalize prostitution. I was like, okay, he got my vote.
He said he's gonna legalize prostitution?
Hell yeah.
Okay, he got my vote extra.
Immediately.
Prostitution should be legal.
And then Eric Adams came out and he was like, what kind of Muslim is he? Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna legalize prostitution.
He's gonna legalize. No Muslim gonna legalize. He's not a real Muslim. I'm like, first of all, you should be the last one talking.
Right?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
You know, don't get.
Also, it's just because he wants to throw buying his hoes on the low. You know, you don't want to be able to walk into a store and be like, let me get that one.
Yo, wasn't this dude paying off his mistress with taxpayer money?
You know, he's crooked as fuck. I heard his mistress is writing a book or something. But don't sign me on. Don't quote me on that. I just heard through the grapevine. I don't know if that's real.
Do you see? What do you think about like the whole meeting with Mondani and Trump?
Oh, you know, it's so weird seeing them next to each other because
at first I was like, ooh, let's see what's gonna happen.
I feel like Trump is just such a bullshitter. You know, I could definitely see him at the meeting like, yes, I want the same for New York. Oh, New York used to be a great city. It used to be a great city, so you want to make it great again. You know,
but he was,
I campaigned on making everything great again.
But he was giggly. He was giggly. He was like happy to see Zoran. You notice that?
Yeah,
he, was like,
he did look pretty giggly. He looked more awake too than usual.
Bruh.
Maybe he had a bump. I don't know.
He was happy. He was like, it's okay. You could call me fascist.
That was weird. That was so weird. weird.
And then Mandami, he looked cool though, but I look like one of those cool ass
I felt like just
substitute teachers.
I was like, he really went into the devil's den.
Yeah.
Like I wish I knew Mandani personally so I could be like, yo, how was it? How was it?
What do you
like,
think?
give me the real tea. Give me the real tea.
Behind the scenes, talk to us.
Give me the
what
behind
happened?
the scenes. Yeah. What was his energy? I want to know what was his energy.
It was
like?
his energy.
What was his energy in the room?
He probably wanted to blow him like he blew Clinton. You don't think so? And he came out.
I think a lot of Republicans are repressed.
They're fucking pissed right now.
So maybe you wanted to blow him. I don't know.
Trump switched teams so quick. He was like,
that picture is very disturbing. That picture is so disturbing.
Everybody's talking about like Trump coming out with his new style. Like he had like the curl coat and.
Well, you don't watch The Office, but that happened in an episode.
For real?
Yeah, where like Michael Scott, he grew a goatee because this guy that he's obsessed with grew a goatee.
Oh,
it was so funny.
I saw a meme like that.
Okay, you gotta watch The Office. What's wrong with you?
I gotta watch it.
He don't watch The Office.
Now I watch La
Crazy.
Factoria TV.
Shout out to La Factoria.
Shout out can we say that we are?
I don't know, but let's not just in case.
Let's not just in case.
Yeah, nothing. Never mind.
Nothing. But make sure you watch.
People be doing that, slipping, accidentally saying shit, and be like, never mind.
Never mind. But watch La Factoria season 2.
Watch it.
It's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be next level type shit.
10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you a cycle breaker too?
I'm a cycle breaker.
Okay,
I would say
tell
so.
me about your journey.
I think my journey is like, first of all, I think I was the first one to also go to college out of all of us. And I joined the military, and I'm the first one that bought a house. Actually, no, my baby sister actually bought a house before I did. I bought a multi-unit, but I live out of my multi-units. Nice. You see what I'm saying? Like, doing the career that I'm doing. I'm a big reader. Like I'm like you in a way. Like in my family, I'm the one that challenges everybody. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And then we also notice like the ignorance too. So it's like we normalize, especially culturally, a lot of anti-black rhetoric. And I'm the one person out there that first.
You're like, I ain't hearing that. Without
I'm not hearing
something.
that shit. That shit that I can arreglar la raza shit, pelo malo, all the extra shit. I don't play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even. I don't even date shorties that think like that. And it's crazy because I love Dominican women.
But so many of them think like that too.
Bruh.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. I'm obsessed with Dominican women.
Yeah.
Loco.
I love that.
Obsessed. I love the big hair. I love the dark skin.
I love big hair.
Bruh. And right? And then I love black women. But when I meet a Dominican woman that's dark and shit, and then she go right away, esa tiene pelo malo, hay que refinar la raza. I'm like, it kills.
It kills everything.
Everything.
It kills everything.
Because I already know your ideology.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It sucks that like, just to live in such like a racist world where people like internalize that about themselves.
And it's normalized.
It's so normalized. It's promoted.
It's promoted.
Encouraged.
It's encouraged,
It's literally set in stone on purpose.
I remember there was a dude, and it's crazy because I do talk about it, and that sometimes I'm in the fence sometimes because I'm like, yo, should I even talk about this shit?
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes you feel like you're talking to a wall.
I'm talking not only talking to a wall, but it's like it's not benefiting me at all.
I think that's one of those conversations that you have just for the hopes of, sparking a thought in someone that maybe lasts longer and planting a seed that maybe it blooms later on, even if you're not there.
Bro, I was at a wedding, right? In Santo Domingo. I'm chilling, whatever. Some dude recognized me. He was like, yo, you Gadiel. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm Gadiel, whatever. He's like, yo, ¿qué pasó contigo? I used to do like, that shit on YouTube. I'm just doing this now for YouTube, like trying things out differently. And then he was like, oh man, but I don't know what sparked him. He's like, but tú sabes que no hay racismo aquí en la República Dominicana.
Oh my God.
Y yo dije, nigga, and I looked around the party, there's not one black person at this party.
That's crazy.
Yo dije, and I looked at him, I'm like, there's no racism in the Dominican Republic. He was like, yeah, there's no such thing as racism in the Dominican Republic. Yo dije, ¿tú has escuchado que hay que arreglar la raza? Dijo, sí, claro.
Then what the fuck do you think that is?
Eso es racista.
Yes.
Y se quedó callado.
Of course. That is so frustrating. Just having to witness so much ignorance.
Ignorance.
And so I get what you're saying when you're like, it doesn't benefit you to have the conversation.
It doesn't benefit
but it
me.
benefits other people. And I feel like that's just like an altruistic frustration that people take on when they have these conversations with people, knowing maybe they're not getting anything else. It's just kind of something like a good service to have the conversation and plant that seed.
Yeah, but are we really planting a seed?
Yes, sometimes people get through. You know, I think
Bro,
it takes the right person, and the right message,
and it's weird, bro.
You never know when it'll like get through to somebody.
I was at the party. And I'm like, and most of these dudes over there, bro, they look like they're diabetic.
What, they fat?
They're like they're at least insulin resistant, like 90%.
At least insulin resistant,
Gadiel. Bro, I was like, no, these motherfuckers, they're gonna die and they don't even know it.
They know it. They just don't know it's because of diabetes.
Yeah. But I could tell that like the classism was next level.
I think classism is really bad over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I've definitely seen that happen. Like my friend does real estate. Excuse me, and she got a car, an Audi, just because people are more likely to buy from you if you have like this certain look.
Yeah,
so she couldn't pull up to selling a $3 million home in a Toyota. And I'm like, you getting an Audi for the presentation?
For the presentation. That's what it is.
She was like, oh, you don't know how it is over here.
It's
like,
crazy.
They are very classist.
And I have like classism and colorism, racism.
They all go hand in hand.
They're all hand in hand. It's intersectional.
And they're all systems of oppression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They all serve the same system.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bullshit.
Which is crazy because we see it here in the United States of America, but not to the level that we see it over there. I think it's more.
I think there's a little bit of classism everywhere, as long as you have like a capitalist system, because, you know, I just think about how you grew up, right?
Yeah.
Who got teased for wearing? Oh my God, you got Payless shoes. That's classism.
That's classism.
That is literally classism.
That's true.
Oh, you don't have a North Face. You got that at Conway. All of it is classism, and it only exists because we live in like this capitalist system that tells you that you need to prioritize, you know, like having and being able to display wealth. But when you really think about it, it's only like lower class people that actually care about, you know, these material things. And the higher you get, it changes. I'm telling you, like.
You think so?
Yes. Lower class people is like, oh, what are you wearing? Okay.
Yeah.
Once you hit like the middle class, like college educated people, it's more like, oh, what's your degree?
Yeah.
What's your title?
I think there's
different.
There's different sectionality, but the higher class, I was listening to somebody that, you know, he went like to Harvard and stuff. Like he studied sociology in Harvard, and he was like talking about this sociologist that studied the high class, and the way that they alienate people is not only by brands, but if you know what I'm talking about. That's how they alienate you.
Like, you haven't heard of that secret club happening?
Yeah. Have you part of this club? Or I traveled to this place, and they'll say the fucking name of the place. But if you don't know what place they're talking about,
then they're like, you're not part of the cool kids.
You're not part of the cool kids. You're right there in the same dinner table, they'll talk about certain brands. Before, like, they used to wear certain brands. They used to wear Gucci and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they noticed that a lot of the people that are middle class and lower class are using those same same Gucci's,
which commodifies it, which is crazy.
That's
the minute
crazy.
Like broke people start wearing shit,
they're like, we don't want this. That's when they go and they talk about there's a different brand now, a higher class, more exclusive brand. So now you use. They used to wear logo belts. They don't use logo belts no more. It's certain watches they see you rocking. They're like, okay, wait a minute, this person. So I
hate the whole consumeristic culture. Not to cut you off. It's just like. It's just so meaningless to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never been like a brand person. Maybe with sneakers growing up. Yeah. You know, I wanted the Jordans. Everyone had the Jordans.
Yeah.
But as an adult, like, I don't give a fuck, you know, what brand anything is. And I don't know. I think it's really important to try your best to be a conscious consumer. And I try to make sure if I buy something, like, I'm going to use it for a while. Like, I'm very much a minimalist. I don't have too much furniture in my house. I don't have, too many things. Like, oh, my God. It took me so long before I even got a couch. I only got a couch because I got a man. And I was like,
he needs somewhere to sit at.
And I was like, you know, maybe the 2 bar chairs are not good for, like, you know, sitting next to each other trying to have a cute little moment. Let me just buy a fucking couch. So then I bought a couch. But, like... I definitely need a couch. You know, that may have been the catalyst, but eventually,
First of all, that's the
I was
first thing
gonna
you
get a
need.
couch eventually.
Yeah.
But my point being is like I'm just such a minimalist that it really wasn't driving me crazy not having a couch. So I try to be a conscious consumer. So when I hear about all like the people that give a fuck about like, oh, this name brand and this, I'm just like, oh.
You know, I was like that when I was a kid too. Like I ahead of everybody. I think everybody's like. I remember when people used to wait in line. They still do that shit for New Jordans. They don't do that no more. It's not a thing no more, right?
I have no idea. I've been so out the Jordan scene. Maybe.
I'm
gonna have to ask.
I'm not a sneakerhead.
We're the YNs. We have a question.
Yeah. I don't care about sneakers. I remember I got sneakers. I had the pandas, bro, and I sold the pandas before moving here because I was like, let me get rid of a whole bunch of shit before I move from LA to New York. And let me tell you something. I didn't give a fuck about getting rid of sneakers, brand names, all this extra shit. You know what hurt me? You know what hurt me the most? Selling my books.
Your books.
Selling my books. And you know what hurt most about selling those books? That a lot of niggas didn't want to buy them.
That's crazy.
So I had to sell dope ass books for like $1, $2, $3. Yeah. ¿Qué voy a hacer con este fucking dollar?
Yeah, nothing.
Ni $5 me querían dar.
Buy a bag of chips.
I'm like, and these books are like worth 40, 50 bucks, but like these people are not gonna give that type.
Did you try eBay?
I tried it.
You did?
I did, but also you gotta think about it. I was like, I was moving like within 2 weeks.
I get it. No, you had to go. You had to go. You ain't had time for all that. You know, I used to have a bunch of books, and it's so crazy. A lot of people, they'll have a book and then they love to reread a book.
Yeah.
I'm not one for rereading books, but I do love rewatching movies. So I had like all these books and I gave them all away. I sold a couple on eBay and then I was like, no, I'm just going to donate all these books. What? So then I donated all of them. And now I'm building a little bookshelf again. And I'm like, damn, I wish I had those books. And then like a piece of me is like, I kind of want to buy them all again. But I'm like, I'm not going to read them again.
What you like reading?
I love fantasy, fiction, and if there's magic involved, like that's my shit.
Ooh, I
that's
like
my
that.
shit. I love
like The Hobbit or something.
You know, I would love some Hobbit stuff, but I haven't read any Hobbit stuff.
Okay.
I like the Children of Blood and Bone series.
Never heard of that.
Really good, like African mystical novel. It's amazing. I love Octavia Butler. Okay. She's like my favorite
writer.
My favorite writer. I've read every single Octavia Butler book.
Okay.
Some of them is also like Octavia Butler is crazy because like it's fiction and there's like this magical element of it, but so much of it is like rooted into the systems that exist today. So you could like literally sit and analyze that book and like relate it back to, you know, civil rights and oppressive systems and the world we live in. So I really like that. I like that element of like complete fantasy, but then somehow it's tied to real life if you really think about it.
I gotta start getting into more things like that. I'm more into like, yo, this dude, he has a PhD and he wrote a book. I'm reading it.
So I started watching, I started reading nonfiction because someone in my life was reading nonfiction and I was like, oh, let me see what they're reading about.
What you reading?
So now I'm reading a Young Lord's book. I put it down. I was like, I got halfway through and then I was like, I gotta finish reading this book. Oh shit. I want to finish reading the book. That's like a side quest of like learning my Puerto Rican history. But I'm reading Love in a Fucked Up World. Ooh. I repicked up The Artist's Way, which is, you know, completely
The Artist's Way is
unrelated,
phenomenal.
But yeah, you know, I actually don't think there's anything written in that book that has ever blown my mind. I think it's more phenomenal because of the impact you see that writing the morning pages has on you.
Yeah.
But the book itself, I think if you're like new to the world of like creation or you're trying to make a change in your life and like this is like your first step, I think the book is going to blow your mind away. Gotcha. But I'm already like so many years deep into like my own creative awakening that I feel like learned all the lessons. I'm like 7 chapters in. I feel like I've learned every lesson that's already been in the book. But it's nice to hear it again.
I don't think that you need to read the whole book in order to understand what the whole book is all about.
Yeah. You get the book. You get it.
Yeah. Once you get halfway, you're like, I get it.
But some people need to read the book. Some people have never heard or thought those thoughts.
But it does change it, especially if you're creative and you apply those things. It could change your whole life. You see what I'm saying?
And the morning page is so good. Like when you get all the gunk out of your head, like all the dumb shit that like my ass hurts, my wrist hurts. You know,
I
had a headache.
I do like
You write it down, get it out.
I do like financial books. I do like you know, like what The Intelligent Investor. I also do like Afro Latino Reader, right? Learning about Afro Latinx history in not only the United States of America, but you know, and abroad in the Western Hemisphere. You know, I like educational stuff. Like I got science books. I got Isaac Newton's fucking first book, his La Principia. I have who's this guy? Brief History of Time. Stephen Hawking.
Okay.
I love astrophysics.
Astrophysics. Oh my god, I'm an astrophysics nerd a little bit. Bruh. I used to watch there's this YouTube page called Kurzagot. I still watch it sometimes, and it's basically a bunch of like random questions. And whenever there's like a space episode about like a black hole or like something, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch it. I love shit like that.
Yes, and so things like that. I'm like, okay, these people are extremely smart. One of the smartest people. They put everything in the book. I'm reading what their thoughts is, what their analysis is, everything that they've learned, and I'm gonna get that shit for like what, $15, $30,
and it could be cheaper sometimes if it's an audiobook. I love audiobooks. Nonfiction, I love nonfiction if it's an audiobook.
Okay.
Sitting down reading nonfiction, sometimes I just get bored. But when I'm listening to it, like. It hits.
First of all these distractions, it's hard to sit down and be like, let me read this fucking book.
Right.
Let me sit down and scroll real quick.
Whenever I like get a minute to sit down and like, I'm like recently I've been so busy. I'm like, I just want to sit down and read my fucking book. So I sat down the other day, I read like 50 pages and I'm like, oh God, I feel so much better. I've just been dying to read my book. I just want time.
Yeah. They say that we want to end procrastination. You just sit there without any interruption for 10 minutes and you're going to get something done. You ever notice that once you put the phone away for like 10 minutes, you notice like, okay, wait a minute.
You know, I got to actually physically put it away.
Yeah.
Like I can't even see it in my it needs to be gone and then I can get shit done. The other day I went on D&D because I was like having lunch with one of my friends. We ended up hanging out for so many hours. And then I was like, this was so nice. My phone was just on D&D. Who knew? I just got to do that more often.
I'm gonna do that every Sunday.
I need to do that.
Every Sunday, I put my shit on airplane mode.
Oh damn.
Airplane mode.
Unreachable.
Oh, you don't need to reach me. If something happened, catastrophe happened, tell me on Monday.
Tell me tomorrow.
Si alguien se muere, Monday I'm gonna find out, but not Sunday.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Mi amor, I appreciate you coming through, and this has been a fun conversation. I want people in my audience to get to know who you are and let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at the Jasmine Ruiz. That's JASMINERUIZ. And TikTok is the Jazz Ruiz, Jazz JAS, and moments.coffee.nyc. That's my coffee brand. Go get some coffee. And
I didn't know you had a coffee brand.
I got a coffee brand. It's called Moments Coffee. Go get some.
Wait, where can I find it?
Moments.coffee.nyc.
Okay,
That's
Instagram.
But
There's no store that has it like Wakago.
No, there's no store.
Make sure.
But you know what? I'm working on it. I'm
gonna put it on the link downstairs. So
put
like
in
that.
The link. Put in
the link. Yo, if you guys enjoyed the conversation, join the conversation. Put it in the comments. Give me 5 stars. Subscribe. Y lo quiero mucho. Thank you for coming here. We're here every Wednesday at 12. Lo quiero mucho y la pase bien.
Bye.